lingerie. Oh, it's a shame to take the day. As soon as the valley was gone, we feel just as heavy as lead, but we never get up to the lodge and bring the breakfast up to bed. Oh, 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 it's a lovely war. What do we want with eggs and ham? We've got plum and apple jam. Home, pause, right turn, after we spend the money we earn. Oh, 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 it's a lovely war. Mademoiselle from Armadale's Hollywood. Mademoiselle from Armadale's Hollywood.
Who was the girl who lost her sheep through singing this chorus in her sleep?
Mademoiselle from Armadale. Mademoiselle from Armadale's Hollywood. Mademoiselle from Armadale's Hollywood.
Who was it pinched the barber's pole and used for fuel to save the coal?
Mademoiselle from Armadale.
One early morn at 60 in the shade, from out the British lines there came the famous Tank Brigade. The Huns began to strap 'em, couldn't make it out at all, especially when the tanks began the caterpillar crawl. And the tanks went on and they strolled along with an independent air, and their guns began to blare, and the Huns began to swear. But they pulled the trees up by the roots and made the Huns look like galoots. It's the tanks that broke the ranks out into Cardiff. The Huns beat through their trenches for they couldn't understand. They cried, here comes the British Navy sailing on the land. The Kaiser saw them also, and as through the trench he ran, he shouted out to Turpin, hush, here comes the bogeyman. And the tanks went on and they strolled along with an independent air. To the Huns it isn't fair, you're not fighting on the square. At the fortress then they made a call and started walking through the wall of the tanks that broke the ranks out into Cardiff. When Hindenburg first saw a tank, he strapped and made a fuss. He said to Little Willie, it's a motor omnibus. Then Little Willie saw it and he made a rude remark. Said he, it's not a bus at all, it's nowhere inside his ark. And the tanks went on and they strolled along with an independent air. And a German colonel there nearly lost his ginger hair. From inside the tank out came a claw and pulled him through the early door. And they took him for a joyride round Picardy. Then it strolled along to the boys along with an independent air. Up and down each thoroughfare, and it didn't seem to care. Then the little bantam drivers cried to all the Tommies, jump inside and it's tuppence all the way from here to Berlin.
A fellow in the forces was writing a letter from somewhere in the east. Talk of a blinking feast, he said it's just like Blackpool Sands. We play with hand grenades. If we had known, we would have brought along our buckets and spades. Out in the Middle East, you can have a lot of fun. Out in the Middle East, by the Mediterranean. Join the forces, they used to say, and see the world. It sounds okay, but you see nothing but sand all day. Out in the Middle East, and when you're hungry, they never serve you up some hot pot. You never get a gentle breeze a-blowing round you, what-not. On your head you've hats like saucepan lids. You take off your well, I never did. It gets a bit hot round the pyramids. Out in the Middle East. Out in the Middle East, you can have a lot of fun. Out in the Middle East, by the Mediterranean. The ladies don't wear too much gear, it's much too hot for that I fear. You ought to see what we see here, out in the Middle East. And our old sergeant, a little lad who comes from Preston, you hear him singing bless 'em all with nothing but his vest on. Our fat old cookie Corporal Platt, he's now as thin as a cricket bat. The sun got at his lump of fat, out in the Middle East. Out in the Middle East, you can have a lot of fun. Out in the Middle East, by the Mediterranean. The tattooed lady, what a gal, she lives down by the Suez Canal. For tuppence she'll show you the Taj Mahal. Out in the Middle East, that girl is tattooed all over for your close inspection. The officer said,
"Gad, sir, what a nice schoolgirl complexion."
On a chest there Winston can be found, and if you care to look around, there's Goring's mug where she sits down, out in the Middle East.
Was a jolly ship built in Nazi Germany, and the name of the ship was the Admiral Graspe, and she looted merchantmen of every nationality as she sailed upon the rolling, bowling, as she sailed upon the rolling sea. She met 3 cruisers of the British Navy, and to stop them she knew would put Berlin on the spree. Their commander laughed aloud, now merry games there'll be, for I'll sink them neath the rolling, bowling, for I'll sink them neath the rolling sea. She fired her mighty guns, did the Admiral Graspe. Her captain laughed aloud and hugged himself with glee, but he swore a hasty oath as the little cruisers 3 came dashing o'er the rolling, bowling, came dashing o'er the rolling sea. To the helm quick he cried, and turned face right merrily, or if you're a small moustache we never more may live to see. With his tail between his legs, in his ear a lively flea, he went scurrying o'er the rolling, bowling, he went scurrying through the rolling sea. Yes, the Barry went to cover where his wounds the world could see, for the British bulldog bite had hurt it painfully, and the foeman speeding forward knew the fight that he had seen would end beneath the rolling, bowling, would end beneath the rolling sea. Yes, and this was the end of the Admiral Graspe, and perhaps it was for this that a pocket ship was she, for in Davy Jones's pocket scuttled most ingloriously. She rusts beneath the rolling, bowling, she rusts beneath the rolling sea.
Goodbye.
une belle voix. Quel est donc ce chant repris son cœur à mille voix? C'est celui que les Tomis chantaient déjà chez nous quand ils arrivèrent jadis au même rendez-vous. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary. Et pour de nouveau l'écho. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Hello, vieux amis. It's a long, long way to Tipperary. Voici les amis. Et lorsque plus tard ils rentreront le cœur joyeux, le Tipperary sera leur chant victorieux. Mais en attendant que vous revienne ce bonjour, c'est chez nous jusqu'au jour qu'ils répéteront jusqu'au jour. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary. Répond de nouveau l'écho. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Hello, vieux amis. It's a long, long way to Tipperary. Voici les
I give you a toast, ladies and gentlemen. I give you a toast, ladies and gentlemen. The world may change and go wrong, while there's one voice to sing this song. There'll always be an England, while there's a country lane. Wherever there's a cottage small beside a field of grain, there'll always be an England, while there's a busy street. Wherever there's a turning wheel, a million marching feet. Red, white and blue, what does it mean to you? Sure you're proud, shout it out loud, Britain's awake. The Empire too, we can depend on you. Freedom remains, these are the chains nothing can break. There'll always be an England, and England shall be free. If England means as much to you as England means to me.
Private Jones came in one night, full of cheer and very bright. He'd been out all day upon the spree. He bumped into Sergeant's neck, put his arms around his neck, and in his ear he whispered tenderly, "Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Tuck me in my little wooden bed. We all love you, Sergeant Major. When we hear you falling, show a leg. Don't forget to wake me in the morning and bring me round a nice hot cup of tea. Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major, be a mother to me." Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Tuck me in my little wooden bed. We all love you, Sergeant Major. When we hear you falling, show a leg. Don't forget to wake me in the morning and bring me round a nice hot cup of tea. Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major, be a mother to me.